Last week I did a flight, a little warm-up flight, just to go out and have some fun. So here I am checking flaps and stall horn.
Clear.
Warming up the plane, getting ready to take off 25 left out of Livermore. So one thing about an old plane like this, or any plane, is you always do a run-up, check power, make sure everything's running good. Here I've got 20 degrees of flaps, take off at about 500-600 feet. There you go. Flaps off. Climb out at a decent rate for the conditions. Kind of a warm day, so I'm not climbing out too fast. So my little mission for the afternoon is go out Mines Road, see if I can find the old mines that are out there. And there's some obvious mines out by the intersection of Mines Road and San Antonio Road. So I'm just going to go fly out there and check it out, circle over it, and see what I can find. Ever since I was probably 10 years old, I wanted to fly. And had a local farmer had 2 Cessnas and flew out of his cornfield. I was just totally fascinated by the fact that he could just take off out of his cornfield and fly anywhere. And took aeronautics in high school when I was 16 and never had a chance to, or the money to fly. Here I am over Mines Road, right at the intersection of Mines and San Antonio. San Antonio's right under the left wheel right now. And then up right behind the tail, you'll see the white tailings piles from the mines that are out there. Not sure what exactly they mine, but I just thought it'd be cool to kind of go find it. So Mines Road is down below the nose of the plane right now. So mission is accomplished, plane's warmed up. It probably took me 15-20 minutes to fly out there, maybe 15 minutes. So off behind the plane is Tracy. And I'm pointing back towards Livermore right now. As I'm turning, you can see under the numbers of the plane, you can see the white tailings piles of the mines back there. Just a beautiful afternoon to go flying. Maybe 5,000 feet right now. Heading back over the hills towards Del Val. And then I'll head back into Livermore and do some landings. Now we're over Del Val. See it directly underneath, and coming down off the hills back into Livermore. That's a Wente golf course, I think, right underneath me. So one of the reasons I do these videos is not really for anybody else, but just for my own edification, kind of see how my landings are going, and also share with other people. And right now that's Stanley Boulevard underneath me, and coming in for a left base for 2-5 left. You can see I have 20 degrees of flaps down, and that flap is a section that's tilted down. That's Isabel right there, just crossing over. And I think on this first one I'll put 40 degrees, yep, there's 30. And 40 degrees of flaps, which is like dragging barn doors behind you. They come down at about 1,000 feet a minute if I'm no power. And the whole object is touch the main wheels, not the nose wheel. And there we go, the nose wheel's touching. Now one cool thing about this 1960 Cessna is I have manual flaps, and I think I'll show you on a couple of these where I can just pull the flaps real quickly and make the plane jump off the runway, basically. But this is a pretty typical afternoon in Livermore. Late afternoon, you got the afternoon sun, and it's just beautiful with the shadows, and just a great way to get up and challenge your flying skills and just have some fun. So it's been probably a month or two since I've done any practice landings other than just going somewhere. And so my skills are not really that sharp right now. That's the whole point of getting up here and doing a bunch of landings. So right now I'm over the gravel pits, and Isabel is behind me, or Stanley's behind me. See, right under the fuselage is Stanley Boulevard. And you can kind of see how deep those gravel pits are when they don't have water in them. Got 20 degrees of flaps, and I'm probably doing slowed down to maybe 60 miles an hour. After this one, I won't be showing you all of the whole pattern. I'll just show you the landings. All right, here we go. I'm ready to drop in for the second landing. While I'm doing this, I'm watching my airspeed and trying to come down where I have minimum amount of, if I lost power, that I'd still make a landing. So I'm still pretty high. I know I'm going to make the runway, so now I'm going to pull full flaps. Don't let it touch, don't let it touch. Not too bad, but not my best. I think right here I'll pull 20 degrees of flaps and you'll see it just kind of pull off. Nope, not this one. All right, now we're cutting power right at the numbers and heading right for the runway. Instead of going out and doing a normal approach, this is in case I lost power, heading right for the numbers. And there's the nose wheel touching. All right, here we go. Yank 20 degrees of flaps and just lifts it right off the ground. Now here I'm doing a side slip or forward slip. I've got the plane at an angle, trying to get it down quick without using all my flaps. Now I'm straightened out. This one, I'm going to try to not let it touch. I'm just flying it in ground effect. Flying it, flying it, flying it, flying it, flying it, flying it. And it touched. Just barely, and I'm just taking off again. Okay, here's another, even with the numbers, pulling full flaps, cutting power, and heading in. So from the moment I'm cutting the power and putting the flaps in, I'm probably 1,000 feet off the ground. And the nose wheel touch. And let's pull some flaps and make it pop off the ground. Kind of fun flying an old manual flaps airplane. It just gives you a lot more control, and instead of electric flaps, which you got to kind of wait for the motor to move them. So I've got very little flap in right now. This might have been when ATC had me go way out because there was someone else in the pattern. Now we have full flaps. And they're touching the nose wheel. A little off center line. So today's a pretty calm day. Not a lot of wind, a little bit of a crosswind, but not super challenging. Just shows how rusty I am if I'm not right down the center line. But there's just nothing like a winter afternoon and the sun's getting ready to set and you're up in the pattern, and just a lot of fun. Pretty high right now. Obviously I'm way out past Isabel, so this is, I had to wait for someone else to come in. And there's going into a slip. You can see me cock the airplane. Allows it to descend a lot faster without full flaps. Straighten it out. And still a little off center line. There's another one, full flaps. Oh, I remember this one. I had to wait for somebody else, and way out there past Isabel. So I waiting for another plane to take off, so I'm going as slow as I can. And touch that nose wheel a little quicker than I normally like to. Here's what's more normal pattern for me. You can see Isabel is out there quite a ways, and I'm already turned in. And I'm quite a ways down there. That's not a bad one. Didn't land near the numbers, but still pretty short. I can see I'm turned in pretty early on this. Full flaps. It's definitely the worst landing. Touched my nose wheel too fast. Still touching nose wheel a little fast. Didn't hurt anything, but not my best landing. On the center line a little better. And I think I might be done for the day. Yep. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. If it's interesting at all, leave a message on the note there so I know. Otherwise, I just put these up for myself and anybody who wants to watch some landings at Livermore or wherever I go. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Let me know, and see you guys later.